Well, we begin in New Orleans with that New Year's celebration in New Orleans that turned to tragedy overnight after a driver, police say, was, quote, hell-bent on carnage and rammed into a crowd at a high rate of speed and then opened fire on officers.
Just hours into the new year, celebration turned to chaos in New Orleans after a truck plowed through a crowd on the city's iconic Bourbon Street.
He was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
Just hours into the new year, celebration turned to chaos in New Orleans after a truck plowed through a crowd on the city's iconic Bourbon Street.
He was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did. It was very intentional behavior. This man was trying to run over as many people as he possibly could.
The incident unfolded shortly after 3 a.m. local time.
We heard loud banging sounds.
This witness did not want to be on camera. The FBI says the suspect died after a firefight with police. Is looking into the incident as an act of terrorism.
News of a deadly shooting in Kankakee coming into WGN now. It happened around 4 this morning in the 1800 block of East Pearson Parkway. The Kankakee Fire Department says multiple victims have been hospitalized. We do know that 2 people have died. They have been identified as Quayshawn T. Isom, a 22-year-old from Kankakee, and Trevante Ellis. He's 20 years old from Pembroke Township. So far, no word on what caused all of this or how many others have been hurt. We have a crew headed to the scene. We'll bring you more information as it becomes available.
Tonight, an East Bay family is grieving the death of a beloved father. The 32-year-old was gunned down as he was going to work on 14th Street this morning in Oakland. ABC 7 News anchor Dion Lim spoke with the victim's mother.
I feel sorry for the person who did it. I feel sorry for him because he has a praying mom. He has a mom that covers him in prayer.
It's that strength in prayer, holding loved ones of 32-year-old Willie Bernstein together after the father of 2 babies was gunned down walking into work just after 7 o'clock New Year's Eve morning.
It's a problem every New Year's Eve. People firing their guns into the air as part of the celebration.
In our neighborhood, there was random gunfire and bullets ricocheted off my mom's car. So for years we had these bullet marks in our car, which is really scary.
14-year-old Shannon Smith was in the backyard of her Phoenix home when she was struck and killed by a bullet that had been shot into the air. Her death led to Shannon's Law, which makes it a felony to discharge a firearm in any city or town in Arizona.
Police say a woman is in the hospital tonight after a shooting between 2 groups of people on the city's west side. Right now, police are still trying to figure out exactly what led up to the shooting. Police say the woman was shot in the leg and 2 other people may have been grazed during the attack. But investigators tell our crews those wounds are superficial. We also know a car was hit.
Breaking news here at home with the deadly violence rocking New Year's Eve celebrations, including 2 incidents in Oakland.
Today in the Bay's Bob Adele is live this morning. Bob, any of this tied to New Year's Eve festivities?
That part we're not clear about. Good morning to you, Laura and Scott. The first murder happened around 7:45 last night. This is in Oakland, in a neighborhood on the 1900 block of 70th Avenue. You can see it on the map there on your screen. Not far from the intersection of International Boulevard and 73rd Avenue. A shooting and a stabbing. When officers arrived, they found the person who was stabbed. That person was taken to the hospital where they died. Not clear what led up to the stabbing, and no more details on what might have happened with regards to the shooting. Later, OPD responded to a shooting near 2nd and Alice Streets at Jack London Square, where 4 people were shot. This was around 10:15 last night. Officers found one of the victims. They are now in the hospital in stable condition. A short time later, officers discovered that 3 more people had taken themselves to the hospital, and sadly, one of those people died. The other 2 are in stable.
All the praises and the honor goes to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rucha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, you fellow believers of this truth. And shalom to the elect. So real quick, I'll try to make this video short. Brother Judah Tribe sent me this clip early this morning. I'm sure other brothers may have done videos on it. I wasn't able to get to it. Working on another video. But this is the New Year's. New Year's have come in with a crash. right? I guess that's the best way to say it. It's done come in with a crash. It came in with a crash, right? And everyone says Happy New Year. And as long as I can remember, I never understood it. I mean, I really didn't. I mean, I guess I was thankful to make it another year. So anytime you're thankful to make it another year, and we understand now that Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushua, Yahweh is the ones that determine if you stay or you go. So we understand in more than a majority now. But I didn't understand it because every year was more trauma, especially in my life, more trauma and turmoil. So it was almost like being thankful to be in hell. I don't know. That's just the way I looked at it. Everybody might look at it a little bit different. But anyway, you know, just like people who get in relationships and they'll say, oh, I have a loved one, and you think it's going to work out. It doesn't work out, you know, and then you move on. It's almost like we're coached to be able to deal in this hell. If we really understood the reality, the average person would commit suicide quick. And the word suicide goes to the word sui, which means guilty. Right? So when they hung us, they would call that, you know, that could be called suicide because they considered us guilty for whatever reason. We were guilty for just being Israelites. They hung us. And the Lord, that was the guilt that we had towards the Lord. And that's why we died. And that's why we went through the hell we went through. Right? You never really take your own life. The Lord does it. You know, Proverbs 20:24, man's goings of the Lord. But anyway, this is the key right here. Luke 21:36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. So I remember Elder Apostle Gabar did a video that he was quoting from Apostle Rakar about 7 signs that you're an Israelite. And the first thing he said that hit home, which we kind of know, but it kind of slides away from us, so to speak, right? Because when you've been in the truth a while, you know this because you heard it from the apostles in the beginning about how you should pray before you even leave your home. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know if you're going to make it back. You don't know if you're going to get locked up or you're going to look fit the character or the image of someone else. Your car might fit the description. You just don't know. So you need protection from the Heavenly Father. And those 10 people that died, that was judgment. The Lord used that one angel, a death angel, to come in and kill them. Nothing happens without the Lord. The Lord in Isaiah 45:7, I say, I create good and evil. 1 Samuel 2:6 says, I, the Lord, kill and I make alive. Psalms 47:2 says, what does it says? For the Lord Most High is terrible, which means he's a feared king over all the earth. But anyway, let's go to Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O ye daughter of the Chaldeans, representing this system, right? Representing Edom. For thou shalt not no more be called tender and delicate. It says, take the millstones and grind the meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Not everybody, by the way. So you can clearly see that these elites are probably forwarding in this, you know, Ordab KO, right? But they're probably forwarding all this and helping push, you know, these agendas, whatever agendas they got. But it also shows the breakdown of the society. They even know it's going down, right? That's why in Revelation 12:12, what was it, Job 20:5, say the triumph is for a moment, right? Well, Revelation 12:12 says that they know they have but a short time. The triumph for the wicked is but for a moment. He know he have but a short time. So he believes that out of the ashes, they're going to build the NWO, and it's going to be a certain class of people. They're just taking orders really from the Lord, right? So what we see here is a breakdown in society, and this is all planned. Okay? Let's go to let me go here. Let me read that again. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape the things that shall come to pass and stand before the Son of Man. So let's go to Matthew. Younger brother broke this down. Brother Amawan in my camp. Younger brother, GMS Lions 100% Truth. It says here, Matthew 24:7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. So it is literally earthquakes, but when you look up this word pestilence, let's look up pestilence. I don't know. We learn as we go along. A pest, a plague, right? Uncertain affinity, plague, disease, right? And we see these things. Every day is something new coming out, right? This is prophecy in diverse place. Famines, right? Famine says scarcity or harvest of famine. We knew that probably. 30:07 through the idea of destitution and scarcity of food, dearth, famine, hunger, right? So do you realize we're not really getting nutritious food? We're almost like in one now. I'm not going to push that and say we're in a famine, but the reason why you gain weight, the stomach matter is connected to your brain matter, which tells the stomach is the portion of the stomach is when you eat, it tells the stomach that I'm in the brain, I had enough of proper nutrition. The problem with eating McDonald's and these GMO foods, and let me say that, what do they call that? Processed foods. There's no nutrition in it. So when you eat it, the brain never fully tells, the stomach never fully tells the brain that it's nutrition. That's to tell your body, hey, I have nutrition. The tongue is for the taste. The stomach is filled, and it tells the brain, I got nutrition. Now the reason why we eat, a lot of us, we eat to actually feel the full feeling. But before you get the full feeling, the brain is already supposed to react and say, hey, I had enough. This is why there's a high rate of being overweight. And even if you're not overweight, a high rate of being malnutrition. You could be 500 pounds in malnutrition. You could be 150 pounds and still malnutrition. You know what I'm saying? There's no nutrition. Anyway, let's go back to famines, pestilence, earthquakes. G4578, 4578. Shaking and commotion, tempest, earthquake. So it goes to G4579, a commotion, right? A commotion. Let's look up commotion. It says a commotion of the air, gale, the ground, the earthquake, tempest, right? Let's look up commotion, see what that says. It says violent movement, agitation, emotional disturbances, right? Violent motion, basically violence and disturbances. Thoroughly disturbances, right? Let's get more context. It says to shake, agitate, cause to tremble, of men to be thrown in tremor, to quake of fear, metaphorical, to agitate the mind, right? Sideways, to agitate, right? To cause to tremble, to throw into tremor, move, to quake, to shake. And that's, it doesn't necessarily have to mean an earthquake. It could mean commotions, these disturbances like what you just seen here, right? You imagine what them people was thinking when they seen that car come plow and a truck or whatever hit, and some of them was probably had loved ones, and one got hit and the other one stayed. That's a curse in itself, right? So we can see the turn up. This is the big bang of 2025. It's interesting to see what else is going to happen. We know it's turning up now. Anyway, that's all I have on that. Shalom.